Hey everyone, just wanted to give you like a little preview here of CSS Bootcamp and a particular feature that I've been working on. This like test that you can take to kind of see if you grasp some of the material and some of the cool things that I did in React to make it all work. All right, so let's go over here to the my lessons section and going to go down here to this. How about this one? The display. So this is where people are learning about CSS display, and there's lots of video content here and also down here at the bottom. We're going to say, did you understand this lesson? And you can maybe take a quiz to see if you did. So got some kind of questions here. You can go back and forth and choose stuff. Okay, so anyway, let's see how we made this. I've got this courses folder, and where are we going here? Go over here. Okay, so right here. Go down here to the display section. All right, so each of these courses has its relative like content in MDX, and then it's also got the quiz. Okay, so here's the quiz for the defaults and inheritance section. So you see like, how that works. We got this quiz component, and we've got the create quiz. It's like this compound component, and it's got all the questions right here. Okay, let's go over to the other one. We've got this display. It's basically the same kind of thing. So it's all done like the same way. So quiz, create quiz, questions. So what I want to do is eventually have it so that not only can we test on a per like lesson basis, but also like all the material for that whole course. So that way someone can decide if the course is right for them, they can take the test or whatever. And so let's see, how am I going to do that? Because I did this as a compound component. It kind of makes it nice that I can do that. I can really kind of reorganize these things if I want to, although it's going to actually randomize the order of them, but this is how I wanted to do it. I guess the issue here is that create quiz needs to know about all the questions. It needs to know that that's question 0, and this is question 1, and this is question 2. Like it's going to manage all these in an array. But create quiz is not going to know how to iterate through its children and discover their indexes. So when you're creating compound components, oftentimes it's that discovery of the index of things underneath you in the tree that is the biggest hurdle. And so we kind of teach this in different ways. You could like iterate through your children, but my children up here is just simply one thing. When you iterate through your children, that's not going to do a deep dive into these things. So if I wanted to, in theory, if I wanted to have like another quiz that was based on the display questions and these other questions and these other questions, I should be able to make a quiz like this with all these different questions, and the questions are just like, like that, right? So that's what I want to be able to do. Let's go over here, kind of open this one up. Okay, so here it is, create quiz. All right, so notice we're managing a lot of things through context. We got this context here. Let's see, we've got this register question. So instead of thinking of this like as a top-down problem where I want to discover the indexes of the things below me by iterating through my children or doing some sort of deep recursion iteration thing, which would not really work out in this case, we're going to do this like bottom-up approach. So question down here creates a ref, and the ref does not have a current yet, or rather the current is indeed equal to null. So this is a mutable ref. We're not going to use this in the traditional way that refs are used to have a reference to the DOM. And so on the very first round of renders, when this question is found, right? So each of these questions is going to be, that one's going to register itself. This one's going to register itself. They're going to call this register question, and they're going to toss their ref up to this area up here. So going back up here, we've got register question, and we're basically just managing this indexes ref. Okay, I'm doing this with refs up here too. The number instead of state, because I don't want to get re-renders when I change this number. So here we've got indexes ref, which starts us off as 0, and we're basically just incrementing that here and assigning that to the refs.current, which down here will tell this particular question that it's 0, or the next one is 1, or the next one is 2. Okay, so that's how we're going to make it so that I can actually have lots of these, these questions component. This questions right here is just a grouping of all these, question components. And so we're going to have this ability to like register ourselves, and that's how we're going to create like that, that ability to have lots of different questions. Let's see what else we can discover. I wrote this code, a while back. So yeah, so check this out. The options themselves, if we look at children right here, children we're just basically randomizing the children array, and we're memoizing it to make sure that it's always going to be the same, that same randomization, so that we don't, re-randomize it on every single re-render. And so that's our options right here. Each option is going to, let's see, we're going to clone them. We're going to map over them and clone them, and then we're going to create an on-click. So each option will know that it can just simply say, I got clicked on the option that got clicked. And then from this standpoint, we could say select option with that respective question index that we got from this thing, right? That index ref thing became question index right there. Yeah, so these are just some of the things that we're doing with compound components every once in a while to make them work. They really give you a lot of cool capabilities in React. Just wanted to show that to you. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you sign up for CSS Bootcamp when it comes out here mid to late September.